Hello and welcome back to Space Engineers. My name is Rabenschild. I'm recording with OBS and I hope that works. After over 1 week of not recording, I'm now back online. Basically, this is basically a short video to keep you up to date. I recorded today, but my new recording method didn't work out as I thought, and now I have to explain all of that. I got new PC parts. I'm now the proud owner of some basically used parts that I got from a friend named Nathan. That's Nathan's Sandbox over on YouTube. And he gave me, for a good price, some PC parts that he had before, and now I'm the proud owner of them. And it's a bit older stuff, but it's pretty okay and better than what I used to have, basically. Everybody always asks, what do I have now? And I have now an i7 5960X, an MSI X99A gaming 7 motherboard, 32 gigs of RAM, DDR4, Corsair RAM, I think Dominator or something like that, and Asus Strix GTX 980. That thing is a pain in the behind area because I think the power supply that I have, the 750 watts power supply that I have, is not enough to run the graphics card. I constantly have to not overclock it, underclock it. Basically, that could be the case. I'm not too sure. It's the power supply is a Cooler Master or something like that, and the guy I bought it from, or the the company I bought it from, said that should be enough. But sadly, it seems not to be. So everything's performing a lot better. So let's say it that way. The CPU and the bigger graphics card, even with underclocking, it is still better than what I had before. It's amazing. Runs pretty well. The whole game, runs a lot better, a bit smoother. Let's say it that way. I didn't turn up the graphics too much, just to really profit from it being a bit smoother. Sometimes it hangs a bit, but that's not the biggest problem. So the people wanted to know what I have, so that's why I'm explaining that. I'm trying OBS now to record because of the amount of cores and threads I have now. I hope that this works out, that I can use just OBS to record again and don't have to sync it up and all that stuff. I'm pretty happy with it, but we will see how that turns out in post. That could be bad because the 1.5 hours I recorded before, they just got lost because no audio was recorded. So I'm down here at the planet and I wanted to grab some stuff that I have in these containers. You can see that I have dropped more containers. In all, I think I dropped 3 or 4 now. This one was empty. This one was not. And the empty containers always landed here, basically on top of each other, but I got rid of one of them. And the other one, the filled one, landed here. I'm not sure why that's the case. It could be because the mass blocks might not have turned off. That could, they could get off course then. Not sure. We will have to test that, or I will have to test that later a bit more. So here I filled it, not half, but I had it basically filled up before, but then the mechanism in orbit was not able to accelerate it strong enough. So I might also have to upgrade the mechanism to shoot full containers, because the inertia of the container is so high that the bit of gravity that we have there is not able to accelerate it strong enough. It's the problem with that is now I basically have to shoot full containers to see where they land, and then I have to basically find a place in between them. This whole precision shooting from orbit is pretty crazy. With ore it worked out, but with these things, crazy. But we were able to, or I were able to make some changes in orbit, just with the shooting mechanism and the connection mechanism. I don't need solar panels anymore. I had a good discussion with one of my viewers about how I could get around that, and I had basically the problem that the connectors wouldn't lock the first time I tried it, but now they do. Could be my fault, I don't know, but now I can basically directly lock the connector here in orbit, and so I don't need the extra power supply anymore. That's a good thing, so I can save up on solar panels. What I want to do down here is I wanted to grab some reactor components. I have a reactor there that I want to get running. And then okay. This was an FPS drop that usually gets me. I don't know where that came from. It didn't happen the rest of the time, but usually in the last days when that happened, I always feared that now the whole CPU drops again and it restarts. That's so bad. But yeah, everything is good. So it keeps running. I have the stats of the GPU right next to the recording window, just to see if something happens there. The enthusiast grade stuff, even if it's a bit older, is crazy stuff. But the good thing is you can turn every knob and even turn it down a bit. It's pretty nice. I have water cooling in there now. That's but it took a long time to set up, and yeah, with the help of Nathan, in the end I was really able to get it run and all that stuff. It's so cool. Good. Yeah, I want to keep this short. I will build a bit more down here and make some more tests with filled up containers to see where they land. Again, this worked out. I want to test one that is completely full to see where that lands. But what I want to do before is get this sorted out. The timer usually should be able to turn off the mass blocks. The problem seems to be that it saves names for blocks and all that stuff, but it doesn't save saved groups, basically. I had these put into a group in the blueprint, basically, of this thing, and had the timer set up so that it would turn off this group. Maybe it's even still set up. Yeah, see that? It's still set up to the group, but the group doesn't exist when it dropped. So it might be that we can't automate it in full, that we have to at least get in there and name this grouping, because what I can't do is I can't set up two. I can't go and say, okay, give me. Oh, I could. I can. So maybe I can just set up the artificial mess then. That could work out. I will have to test that. But we can see that we get it pretty precise. So this works out. Oh yeah, I made another change up top. I will not go there. We will take a look in Friday's episode or so at that when I'm back up in orbit. I have now basically a connection here that is projected, so I can basically, or I have basically a projector now that prints a projection for 2 blocks that hold this thing, where this thing then gets built on, and then I can use something to remove these 2 blocks, and when this is done, they can just be projected in again. So that's a thing I could time, for example, or I could try to time, for example. We will have to see how that works out. But this video should be just a short thing to say, okay, computer is set up, I can now work again with it, and yeah, we can continue recording and can, yeah, I can utilize a bit more power for space engineers. What you have to do to record space engineers is just crazy. Good, people. Thanks for watching. Hope you liked this short episode. Give me your opinion on the parts, but please stay away from saying you should have gotten this, you should have gotten this. This is what I have now, and there's no way that I could have gotten stuff in the same league with so the budget was not there for Ryzen something 16 core CPUs or something like that. So don't don't even mention that. Good people, thanks for watching. Hope to see you in the next video. See ya, guys.